So let's kick off with Blue Monday. So first of all, what is Blue Monday? So apparently, I did a very minor amount of research on this last night. I tend not to like doing research. I just like to go straight into it because my thoughts are already fixed and fairly unfixable, fairly unmovable these days. But Blue Monday apparently is the most depressing day of the year. And you know what's most depressing about the most depressing day of the year? Is that some idiot just made this up and said, third week, is it the third Monday in the start of the year? Yeah, the third Monday of the start of the year, that's the most depressing day of the year. I've decided, I'm a scientist, that's the most depressing day of the year. Now, I don't know why he thinks that's the most depressing day. Maybe it's credit card bills, maybe it's when you get, your credit card bill coming through, maybe it's when the divorce comes through. Like, I have no idea. When we used to run the lettings agency, one of the big things we'd used to get, like 1st, 2nd of January, is a guy turning up with 2 black bags with all his belongings because he's been thrown out, 2 weeks at home with the wife and kids. It's kind of struggled with that. And so I get why that might be depressing for people. But why is it the third Monday? It was the 17th of January yesterday. Why does it take 17 days to get to that point? I don't know why. But the most depressing thing for me about Blue Monday, the most depressing thing about the most depressing day of the year is that I keep wanting to call him a twat. So some twat comes along and says, that's the most depressing day of the year. So people see that and the newspapers pick up on it and they go, oh, yes, I need to be depressed today because this is the most depressing day of the year. That means that my depression... And it might not be depression. If you felt depression, you know what depression feels like. Other people feel depression and they're just having a shit time, right? It's not like they've actually got depression. It's that the car's been repossessed, the husband or wife has left them, the dog's gone and moved out because it no longer likes you. That's not depression. That's just your life's not going, to the right plan that you want it to. Depression is a medical condition where you've got chemical imbalances. And what most people say is depression isn't actually depression. It's just that your life is shit. And I just want to get that clarity between the two. It's quite a controversial statement, obviously. And, we don't mind being controversial. But what annoys me is that some guy comes along and says, it's the most depressing day of the year. It's a wonderful excuse now. People are totally depressed. Now, I would ask the question, does Blue Monday actually even exist? First of all, it sounds like a sale. I know that's Black Friday, but it sounds like, have a sales on. I got all excited. I'm like, brilliant, some sales, Blue Monday, yeah, 20% off. And it turns out everyone's just supposed to be depressed. But I would question whether it even exists. Just because one scientist somewhere said, everyone's depressed on this third Monday of the year. Like, why? Like, where's the science to prove any of that? I think it's bullshit, quite frankly. I don't think it exists at all. But I think it's a convenient excuse for people to feel bad. And I dislike labels. I hate labels. That person's poor. Or that person's rich. That person's wealthy. That person's depression. Why are we putting people in boxes so that they can aspire to be rich or poor or wealthy or depressed? The person just is. And I don't like labels. That child is naughty. No. The child is not naughty. The behaviour was inappropriate. There's a big difference between a naughty child and inappropriate behaviour where the behaviour just hasn't been learned correctly. That's not the child that's naughty, that's the parent to blame. Why can we not see things for actually how they are instead of just labelling everything? So I'm not a big lover in labels. But look, we've got labels, so how about we use them? So how about we change the label of Blue Monday from the most depressing day of the year to the most optimistic day of the year? Because you've started your year, you're 3 weeks in, you've got rid of New Year and Christmas and you're kind of settling down, you've done all your budgeting, you've done all your plans and goals. Now, third week in, it's time to knuckle down and get the work done. How about we call Blue Monday the most optimistic day of the year? It's the day when you should have all of your goals set, all of your budgets are in place, your plan is in place, you've informed the team. If you've not got a team yet, get yourself a team. Different people do different things. Even if your team is just your cleaner who's doing your cleaning and your ironing for you. If you've not got that, by the way, that is a life changer. Nobody should be cleaning or ironing for themselves. Even if you're a cleaner and an ironer, you should be paying somebody else to free up that time spent with the kids and the family or build a business or whatever. Because your time should be worth more than that. That's my belief. But I don't like these labels, but since we've got labels, how about we just make Blue Monday the most optimistic day of the year? And if you start with, fabulous, Blue Monday. I love Blue Mondays. It means that all my goals are in place, all my budgets are in place. I can look forward to the future and I can see what's going on in the future, and I know what my tasks are, I know what my job is, I know what the strategy is. Let's make it work. Let's make 2022 or whatever the year is going to be, let's make that the most amazing year of my life. So how about we change that? And I think that's a really good way of doing it. I don't know what you guys think about Blue Monday. I just read it yesterday and it kind of pissed me off a little bit, because it's like yet another thing to label negative. And it's like, do we not have enough of that? Like, we're in COVID pandemic. Like, I don't know where we are. Are we at the start still? I don't know. 10 years from now, are we still wearing masks? I don't know. I don't know how far we're into this pandemic. We might be halfway through. Maybe we're at the 99% and we're just waiting for this last little bit, hopefully. But why are we creating more stuff with negative connotations so that people can go, oh yeah, Blue Monday, let's be depressed? That's just not my cup of tea, quite frankly. So let's talk about how you can have a better year. And one of the ways in which you can have a better year, a better month, a better week is by relabeling some of these negative things that the press put out. And just remember that the press is there to sell newspapers and clicks. They're not there to educate you, to make you feel better. In fact, if you look at the news, it's pretty horrendous stuff. Like, I mean, anything with the Tories right now is pretty horrendous every single day, isn't it? Let's face it. There's always some new thing coming out. And I saw someone on Twitter, and they're just so depressed. And I'm like, just switch it off. I'm like, sorry, what? Yeah, just switch off the news. Who cares about Boris's parties? I mean, we care, obviously, because should have done it. But, like, it makes no difference in my world. I don't care if Nadine Dorries does whatever it is that she does, or Liz Truss, or Boris, or Rishi, or... They're all wankers. Like, just go do whatever you want to do. It's nothing to do with me. I'm focused on my strategies and building my business and my wealth, and for the next 12 months, that's my focus. Rishi, you go do what the hell you need to do, mate. Dominic Cummings, I don't care what you do. You just go do what you need to do. It's irrelevant to me. But it should be about you relabeling some of these negative connotations that we have and get your eyes off the news, goddammit.